I'm Sarah Hardy. I'm a 19th century art historian with a specialism in the work of William and Evelyn de Morgan. This picture, Aurora Triumphans, by Evelyn de Morgan, has a title which gives away much of its meaning, and that will be the centre of this short introductory talk on the picture today. The painting is a celebration of the breaking dawn, Aurora Triumphans, Aurora meaning dawn and triumphant being this wonderful band of angels loudly trumpeting in the breaking dawn. We have the figure of daytime in the bottom right hand corner and the figure of night pulling the cloak of darkness away in the bottom left hand corner, so that this wonderful celebration and apparition of light and of music can come to the fore. It's a picture which aligns Evelyn de Morgan's work visually with that of the British aesthetic movement. Spearheaded by artists such as Edward Burne-Jones, Frederick Lord Leighton and G.F. Watts in the 1860s, this movement relies very heavily on the idea of art for art's sake, or the idea that art should be there simply to be looked at and enjoyed and adored. Oscar Wilde was another key figure of this movement, who prescribed the house beautiful in lectures in America and in the UK, where he encouraged people to fill their house with treasures that would again simply exist to be beautiful. A de Morgan picture would fit right in with that aesthetic and in an aesthetic interior home. In fact, Oscar Wilde reviewed Evelyn de Morgan's works in an exhibition in London at the Grosvenor Gallery. And this picture was another example of a painting which she submitted to that gallery upon invitation. This painting was included in the 1886 Grosvenor Gallery exhibition, alongside works by other artists who were central to that movement. The idea of personifying a time of day or a time of year was nothing new. Artists such as Albert Joseph Moore, whose work Midsummer is also on display at the Russell-Cotes Art Gallery, was an artist who exemplified this. What de Morgan does, however, is celebrate the time of day, and that's why the title is so key to this picture. Rather than inviting us to languish in the dawn, as she simply could have titled the picture, she's asking us to understand why she's celebrating it. It's a picture which gets to the heart of her spiritualism. As a spiritualist, she was someone who believed in the Swimbodian teachings that the human soul was trapped by the body through our mortal life, and only upon death would the soul be emancipated to go on to some heavenly utopia afterwards. In that sense, then, we can read the picture as such. We have the figure of night representing death, peeling off into the corner as the free human soul erupts through the middle of the picture. As one day ends and a new day begins, the figure of night pulls away the darkness to let the light burst forth, and that, Evelyn de Morgan believed, is exactly the journey of the human soul. Following this painting's inclusion in the Grosvenor Gallery exhibition, it was also exhibited in Liverpool in 1891 at the Walker Art Gallery exhibition. At some point between 1891 and 1907, it was acquired for the Russell-Cotes collection. Indeed, it was included in the 1907 Art Journal review of the collection here at the Russell-Cotes. However, it was listed as Aurora Triumphans by Edward Burne-Jones, meaning that an art dealer had had the picture in the interim before it came into the Russell-Cotes collection, and actually changed the signature, an EP for Evelyn Pickering, her maiden name, to an EBJ for Edward Burne-Jones, and sold the picture because work by a male artist would always fetch more than work by a female artist. When this wonderful collection passed into public care in 1921, Evelyn de Morgan's younger sister, Wilhelmina Sterling, who had spent her life trying to collect the most fantastic collection of de Morgan artwork that she could, heard that the picture was going to be included in the new public display in Bournemouth. She also found out it was listed as a Burne-Jones and wrote a very persuasive, quite angry letter to the director of the gallery, begging him and insisting really that the name be changed to her sister's, and the picture has hung in the collection of Russell-Cotes ever since, very proudly, as Aurora Triumphans by Evelyn de Morgan.